A scene from the musical Jesus by Sight and Sound theaters reminds me of Jesus applying mud to a blind man's eyes and telling him to wash it off at Siloam. The actor playing Nicodemus was curious. Jesus, why did you put the mud on his eyes? Jesus says as he finishes his work and climbs up the stairs. Sometimes things have to get messier before they can be truly clean. Many people react differently to this part. Some people consider it as a wise saying, while others use it as an opportunity to look back on their lives. Couldn't it be our lives full of muds like those of the blind men? Why don't we try to understand how the blind men got to know about Jesus? I was born blind. People always taunted me saying, "You were born blind because you have sinned." When I heard this, I first blamed my parents and God, saying, "What did I do wrong? I was born like this." But hey, what can I do? What can I do about it? I just lived life. People kept cursing me because I'm a sinner. It's all because of my sins. This has been my destiny for decades, but one day I listened to a strange conversation as a group of people were passing by. One person in the group asked a question to a man named Jesus. Is he blind because of his own sin or because of his parents' sin? I've heard the chatter thousands and thousands of times, so I just wanted to punch in his face and spit on him and kick him away. But what the man named Jesus said struck me, bam, with a hammer on my head. He said, "Neither because of the sin of this man or his parents, but this happened so that the work of God might be displayed in him." What? Did he say that I'm not what I am because of my sins? To represent God's work? Who is this guy? I was so busy thinking about these questions that I did not recognize the sound was getting closer. He said, "While I'm in the world, I am the light of the world." And I heard him spit on the ground. Then I was surprised because he was touching my face and he put mud on my eyes. He told me, "Go to Siloam and wash it." I've never experienced this before. First, he says that me being blind is not because of my sins, but it's because of God's work. Then he puts mud on my face. I was full of questions. What is God's work? Who is this person that says I am the light? Yet I felt so great because he did not accuse me. I mean, he rather defended me. So I obeyed him and went to Siloam. Some of you might think that I already knew that I was going to see things. But if you pay close attention to what Jesus said, you would know that it's not true. I just wanted to obey his commands because he cared about me. His words of comfort and hope were enough for me to obey him. I could have washed the muds away nearby well, but I was desperate to find out what the work of God was. As the gentle sound of the waves of Siloam came closer, I knelt near the shore. Then I put my left hand into the ground and scooped the water with my right hand to gently rub the hand's hardened mud off my right eye. I did it 2 more times, changed my hand and washed my left eye as well. Suddenly, something got brighter in my head. I began to feel a weird sensation in my eyes. I sat down for a few minutes and I started to feel the change in my body. I was thinking, what's going on? Is this what people call light? Then I began to recognize different rays of colors over the calm waters of Siloam. I grabbed my head and started sobbing. I felt like I was in heaven, which I had dreamed all my life. The blind man had never seen these things before. The blind man went to Siloam not because he knew that he was going to see something, but because Jesus gave him hope. As a result, the blind man was presented with a new world that was beyond his imagination. We all have our own muds in our lives, such as depression, fear of isolation, peer pressure, bad habits, or even suicidal thoughts. Yet Jesus gives us hope, telling us that all this is not because of your sin. He simply says, "Go to Siloam and wash it off." He says it as if it's nothing but mud. Do you know what Siloam means? It simply means sent. And who has been sent? Jesus. Jesus is telling the blind man, "Go to Jesus. He will make you clean because He can. It's only mud to Him. Isn't that amazing? So friends, if you want to be cleansed from the difficulties you have, go to Jesus. Go to the one who is the water of life. He will wash your muds away. Please go to Jesus. Thank you.